Welcome to Red Eye. I'm Greg Gutfeld in for Tank Powers, who threw away the best thing. He's funnier than a bag of clown meat. It's comedian Karl Zahn, looking good in that jean jacket and the gray hair. Where's your cigarette and your horse? And he stinks. I mean, should we let Libya fight their own battles? I don't even know if these people like us.
I don't know who we should let fight our battles or their own battles anymore. I'm thoroughly confused. But the president defined consequences. You know?
Yeah.
When was the last time you were in a bar fight and you threatened a guy with consequences? Like 3 weeks after he slugged you in the head.
Yes, exactly. Yes, exactly. On that, however, this guy, he is so scared of being seen by the left as repeating the same things that Bush did, that he is made himself almost immobile.
Yeah, it's this. Yeah. It's this reticence and the rules of engagement. That's why we don't get into wars anymore, because we know we're not going to win. We finally have a dictator we can get with an exploding goat. Can we just do it and get it over with and show the world?
By the way, I have an exploding goat.
And I was one of the first people, by the way, to like the no-fly zone on Facebook. So
yeah.
Look, I like exploding goats.
Do you think unions can have a corrupting influence on police officers? I mean, because that's how they get paid, so of course. Will it affect the way they think? I don't know.
First of all, it's not just bachelorette parties. You wore a cop uniform when we had breakfast at Tiffany's. Did you forget that?
No. Yeah. Well, the top of a cop uniform. Well,
I had a rash, good sir.
It's interesting that they're using thuggery to divert the American public's attention away from the loss of collective thuggery that they just suffered in Wisconsin. But I have a plan that's going to nip this at the bud. I am going to boycott the services that keep them in business. Until you guys cut it out, no more crime.
Tough stand. It is. What do you think? She's got a future in music.
Oh, she definitely has a future in music. Yeah, music and machinery combined together, I think, somehow. You know, you overlay this against the heartbreak that's happening in Japan, but we also see the cultural difference in Japan, how they're so demure and humble. And then you look at what's going on, like Anthony said, you know, there's a meltdown over there, and this is what we're doing.
To define the consequences Gaddafi will suffer. And that's a good point. A couple weeks ago, Obama was saying Gaddafi had to go. Now it seems like the whole mission is to protect civilians, and whether or not he goes doesn't matter.
I think that's what it is. And what are the consequences? Being less popular? I don't know what we can threaten Gaddafi with other than a military tribunal and Gitmo.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
Good point there.
And by the way, Andy?
Yes. No
fly zone in New Hampshire. You just get close to the fly strip and you're in the... It's about a 5-foot circle. Okay, we can move on.
Here's the point of his mockery is this: is that the funding of NPR didn't cost a lot of money, but does that matter if it only costs, if we were only giving it millions of dollars instead of billions? Should that? Of course, that should matter. Right?
Yeah, I know, and I think the figure I heard is $65 million, which is a lot of money where I come from. And for once, I agreed with everything that Mr. Weiner said, except I think he might have been being facetious. Let Click and Clack go out and survive in the real world, the private sector, or go to the railroad track for Click and Clack like the rest of us do.
Yeah. Hey, Remy, the picture you just had of Boehner, not Weiner, Boehner, the whole same thing. Bill, I like that pose. The pose of, like, you know, just resting your head on part of your hand like that. Isn't that a nice pose?
Why? I have a feeling we've got a picture of me coming up or I'm doing the same pose.
I just noticed a striking similarity between him and Squidward from SpongeBob. Am I the only one? The face?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It was confusing for me.
Yeah. Hey, Carl, is it true you used union thuggery tactics to get back on Red Eye?
I have no idea what you're talking about, Andy. It's nothing, certainly, that an artificial knee won't take care of as far as Greg goes. And Bill is supposed to show me the roof of the Fox News building as soon as we wrap up here.
Ugh. Adjusting collar nervously.
Yeah. Most people don't come back from that.
No, they don't, Andy.
Yeah.
Disgusting human being. Karl Zahn, always a pleasure having you on this show. Anthony Cumia.
Thank you, Greg.
Thank you. Anthony, always a pleasure.